Every person has a fear. Spiders, snakes, clowns, dinosaurs. There comes a time in every person's life when that person must face their fears. On this season, Irene will come face to face with the notorious killer doll, her greatest fear, Chucky.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
Will she be able to conquer her fears? Find out on this season of Face Your Fears. Welcome to episode 3 of season 1 of Face Your Fears. Maybe we'll do another season, I don't even know. But welcome to Face Your Fears, regardless.
Hello.
This is Irene.
Hi.
I am Eric.
And I'm still alive.
And you are still alive, and you are about to watch Child's Play 3.
3.
Well, let's talk about this one for a moment before we get into it. So this
Okay.
movie takes place 8 years after... 6 years after the second movie.
Okay.
They jump ahead. They replace actors because the movie came out a year later. 9 months. It came out 9 months later. A script was written, and the movie was filmed, and it was put in theaters in 9 months.
9 months and a 6-year time jump. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Be confused. The plot is a little... It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what you think about it.
Okay.
And see what your feelings are.
Alright, let's do it.
What are you talking about?
You need to share your popcorn with others. So.
It's my popcorn. I put it in the microwave. I hit the popcorn bucket. Therefore, it's mine.
Well, do you want to be nice and choose to share your popcorn?
What?
You hit the popcorn bucket.
Yes, I did. I smacked the popcorn bucket. Popcorn.
Ah!
I shared it.
Irene is afraid of popcorn.
If it's flying on my face, yes, I am. So,
It's in my mouth.
oh, this is gross.
Backstory time. I was raised by military people. My parents met in the Navy. My dad switched to Air Force. So I've grown up on military bases literally my entire life. Mm-hmm. This movie's set at a military academy.
Ah.
And it is rife with inaccuracies. Granted, I'm not going to call myself like a top level expert on military. Obviously, I have not served in the military.
Is it rife? Or is it
Yes.
rifle? With inaccuracy.
You were the worst person ever. So again, I'm not saying like that everything that I say is correct, but I feel like I have at least some level of knowledge
I'll be interested to point those out to me.
Oh yeah.
Well, my mom was.
I will do so very vocally.
Well, my
So
mom's
does Demi Lovato. She does a lot of things vocally.
Well, my mom was a civilian, so I didn't have that. It wasn't the same type of environment as you had.
Yeah.
Come on, Universal. You just showed me your logo.
We had two logo intros for this one. Woo, hardcore. Woo.
This person does not have arachnophobia.
or not a germaphobe either.
No.
So obviously it's been a while since this happened. It's all covered in cobwebs.
That plastic
But he's still juicy.
Well, and that plastic was shockingly like flexible. Like he brushed past it and it wiggled, as opposed to just being, you know, solid like you would expect this to be.
Ugh. This is still gooey. That's weird.
Well, like the plastic melted and went back to its like slick exterior.
Ah, fair enough.
But,
Ew.
so this is set roughly 8 years later.
Yeah, but it still has blood in it.
Because the time, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, I don't know much about Demi Lovato.
Well, he wasn't embalmed, was he?
Yeah, but 8 years, something that small, at this level of like decay around him. There were not windows in the factory previously, were there?
I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay. I was like, they're not putting that back in the bag. I was like, that's just wrong.
No. No, cross-contamination is your issue here.
CSI would be all over this.
That's how you mix in the strawberry filling. Oh! And now we're watching a James Bond movie.
I was like, is this James Bond or Pink Floyd? just a real one!
Oh, you know who that is?
Yes! He was in one of my favorite Disney movies.
I thought we were going for a Willy Wonka vibe.
Really creepy Willy Wonka vibe.
Irie's not very happy about being a doll again, in case you can't tell.
I'm thrilled.
This is Andy Barton. 8 years ago, he touched off the stand.
Wait, so realistically, I'm pausing the movie.
That's okay.
So, if we're going in the time stream,
Right.
88, 90, this is now 1998,
Okay.
which means that almost immediately after this happens is when Bride of Chucky picks up. If we're going with a streamed timeline.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So then how long is it between Bride and Seed, is your question?
I want to like play it out and see like if anything, if this all actually does make sense.
The notorious Lakeshore Strangler.
They always use the word notorious. The notorious Lakeshore Strangler. It's like part of his title.
He's scary without that title. Thank
What's
you.
opposed to the
All the
infamous
lawsuits,
Lakeshore Strangler?
negative publicity. And the company is
Because capitalism.
I have made up my mind. We're moving ahead.
Well, 8 years are supposed to have passed between these two movies, and he hates great. You'd think that 8 years they would have like updated the design at all.
We did, yep, no.
Unless it's being issued under a nostalgia label, which is for 90s kids, not mixed in the 90s.
Whoopsie. Dang.
Dang.
So how about a fancy office that the elevator opens right into too?
I don't want random people go, oops, I'm on the wrong floor. Get out of my office.
Yeah, fair. Good point.
You have to have a key card to get there.
Ah,
Ooh.
see.
Also, how racist is the Indian on the bottom side?
Yeah. It makes sense to have them set this one in a military camp because military camps really don't change time period wise.
So they don't have to try to predict 1998 accurately.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Whiskey!
God, do you remember the little put things?
Oh, that's
Cut
such a
it,
cliche.
and it would like go in, and it would like spit it back to you, but it had zero accuracy. You would just send the ball flying across the room at some unbelievable angle that made no sense. You tell my dad. Yeah, like it's just like where the fuck I want to go. If you are inventing toys, you don't have a jar full of marbles. No one's proud of their marbles anymore. Is the implication not just that he is going to kill this guy, but he stole his marbles as opposed to him losing his marbles?
Is there a difference?
Holy shit! I lost my marbles. What the fuck are my marbles?
Oh my. Lost.
Oh my god!
Lost.
Where are my marbles? I'm not gonna look at where I'm reaching my hand either.
I'm just gonna go for it.
I'm looking for stuff. I'm looking.
Hey. Hands off the merchandise.
Do not wish to purchase you or any part of your body.
Well, that was our Looney Tunes fall. So this is Sid's father.
Ah, that would make sense. Me toys can see everything.
If that didn't happen, I would be more happy.
That would hurt.
No, he was given the first one that was straight off the line.
I'd like to be
How are there now several?
My name's
Maybe these are older
Old
ones.
models?
My name's Coach. I like to.
That's weird.
Do they have an off switch on their heads?
And I don't understand because why did the other one stop talking?
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Alrighty with the language.
You don't see a lot of Chucky in the first one. You see bits and pieces of it in the second one. This one starts having an issue where I feel like they almost have him on screen too much. And you get to look at the details too much and it starts to lose its effectiveness. Not to say that it isn't a really impressive puppet and a really impressive animatronic setup, but the longer you have to look at it, the longer you have to start breaking it down.
nothing like a strangulation. Circulation going.
He really likes to strangle people, and I'm like, oh, no.
That
part of
was
his
title
title here.
It's shocking he didn't do more of it up to this point, honestly.
You little shit.
Yep, 16. Oh, there he is.
some?
I meant how come you never got settled anywhere?
Because I have a complicated family history?
So here's my advice.
So the green of his uniform
Grow
leads you to
up.
believe this is
You're
art.
not a kid anymore. It's time to forget these things. I put away childish things.
I didn't. I got a cup.
Yeah.
Is it always so common to have your, at least for the guys, have their hair that short?
Can't touch the tops of your ears.
Crystal, you're bald.
No, he's not. I'm bald.
That blue is not Army. That's like Air Force blue.
Couldn't grab a hold of it in battle.
Also, like, way easier to deal with. He's terrible at it.
Your technique is awful.
He's just gonna buzz it all off anyway. There's no reason
Yeah.
to do the long version. Why is this kid a spokesperson for Target? And did you see the child that he lifted into the balloon had the Target logo on his shirt? That is not the haircut he gave him. Also, not a regulation haircut, so try again. Also, whoever didn't make their bed is in a ton of trouble.
I mean, that happens to me in my house all the time, but it's just Rory.
It's because your cat's dumb.
Son of a...
Are you okay? Bastards.
Also, what the fuck is this uniform? What the fuck are the stripe on the pants?
Now we're
Like those are Air Force hats.
All present and accounted for.
Well, no, that's not a fucking hat at all. That's just bullshit. This is a school uniform, but even like Jay Watsy wears the real uniforms. So I don't know what this shit is. This is people who think they know what the military looks like, but they needed a costume design credit. Well, you look nervous as fuck.
I'm gonna mess with you.
I said you asshole! Sir!
At least you did it properly.
Now you women.
Also, she's not in regulation. Your hair has to be in a bun,
Yeah.
and nothing can touch the back of your neck. She would not have hair draping in the wet. Also, the girl next door was not standing at attention. None of them are standing at attention. What the hell? That kid walks like he has a spring in his back.
Aww.
This guy has never used a stamp before.
maybe tomorrow.
Ow, 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 ow. We have to rip open the packaging. This kid's too good to rip it open on his own. Doo-doo-doo!
Oh boy, what I wanted!
This is the creepy basement.
Cut
Could be
the
a nursery.
Yes, again, sucker.
No, it's... Ah!
Who the fuck are you?
I thought you guys only said 3 sentences.
I'm new in the crew.
No, they definitely say more than 3 sentences. Like, it's really expressive,
New, yeah.
but
New body, new rules, okay.
all of those guns have a kickback. No one's reacting when you fire a gun. Oh shit!
He is.
You hit the fucking paper, don't shrug, asshole. You are not a high school student. I mean, he looks legitimately like
He
a
is like a
teenager.
16-year-old, yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Oh no.
Clouds, sky clouds.
No.
Have they used the same exact clouds each movie? Did they just like plug and chug?
Yeah.
Oops.
Every time they slam him into a wall, I just want him to go, ow!
Ah. That was a mess.
Huh? Ooh, what? Fall Out Boy, what?
Get out of alignment.
Yeah, see, but that does, again,
They're intentionally saying things that he doesn't understand.
yeah. Well, the dumbest part of this entire series is this next set of lines, like,
Take your honest, sir. You please show the newborn a difference. This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for shooting, and this is for fun.
What?
Soldier's rifle.
What just happened?
Best friend.
John, please explain these lines, because I just, why?
I got to the list of questions.
Yeah, climb in with the machine on.
Right?
Turn off the engine.
The first thing you do is shut it off. It sounds like the Jaws music.
Da-na, da-na.
We weren't paying attention.
One murdered my family.
It's not something you say to people.
Wait, Doc.
How would I know? Someone's spitting in this scene. Like, I don't know what civilized conversation you're talking about.
The tinsmith forgot to give him a heart.
No heart?
No heart. This is the same picture of, yeah, I was gonna say, this is the same picture that he's gonna have forever. So you took one picture together.
How many family photos that are nicely posed on a professional backdrop do you have with your family?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get that Achilles tendon.
What shoes are
Long time no see, pal. You know,
Yeah, that chair's gonna fucking help you.
you just can't keep a good guy down. Just think, Chucky's gonna be a bro.
Oh, he went there.
bad stuff. Can you stop throwing all this shit? Lemon!
Ooh, orange.
Oh, that's mango.
Thank you.
Kent Military School.
Made up military school.
Stands for
Fictional
It
military.
could be a nursery.
Is that right? I don't know. Tyler's small enough to be in a nursery. 2 cherries. Bullshit. He's got really incredible eyelashes in that shot. Did you notice?
Well, geez, cute.
I don't equate eyelashes with
Because why not?
Is eyelashes a thing for you?
I don't know, that's the only thing anybody ever comments on. It's not, wow, you have no hair. I mean, they do say that.
Lovely long eyelashes.
Yeah, that's the first thing people say is, wow, you have really long eyelashes. Thanks.
Yes, this is not creepy at all.
Also just weird.
Does he?
I understand what he's trying to do, but like,
And did this dude embroider his blanket? Is that allowed?
is that allowed?
No, it's not allowed. What, you want it back, bitch?
You said it was for your sister, but are you sure?
What's this lamp? Everyone knows you don't let your body parts hang off of a bed.
That's just asking for trouble.
Sucker.
Like, but then this kid's all.
It's like he's a baby. What do you expect?
You said hide the soul. He took it seriously. You're not making it real fucking hard. How did no one else see him leave? They're looking for Barkley.
Oh.
Those are also like in no way military kinds of pajamas. That's like
And
kid on Christmas morning pajamas. No one wears those. Oh, the girls went out. So if you're trying to be sneaky, you don't keep your flashlight at like high
Oh
level.
my gosh! Yeah.
What are you up to? Uh-huh.
Yep. When you're trying to sneak around, you definitely point your flashlight at the random sound.
No, you know who this girl looks like? She looks like the girl that does the Vine videos.
Vine?
She's like, oh god,
What are you doing? Wait.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he's showing so much concern.
You're messing up.
okay, like,
Don't do that. You look stupid.
He already looks stupid.
He does not want to be a drag queen, I'm sure.
This means war.
Good,
Okay.
because it's the military. Jam. Jelly, jelly, jam, jelly, jelly, jam, jam. What? Pencils are falling. Pencils are on the floor. Dum, dum, dum.
I like to be high.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Poor guy.
Is that eggs and mashed potatoes for breakfast?
I think it's a biscuit.
Oh, man.
You cut his hair! You're the one who fucking did it!
Yes, sir, Sergeant Buckley, sir.
The other guy's hair is way worse.
Boy. Wednesday.
Oh, good.
You just cut it! If you have to cut it again that fast, it means you did a bad job in the first place.
No, those are mashed potatoes! That is the lumpiest biscuit I've ever seen in my life.
Unless it's supposed to be grits.
Grits come in that, like,
No,
compact-
they don't. Not if they're made right. Whether or not they're made right is a different question.
What the hell is it? Help! What am I eating?
What is the food choices at this economy?
How did his plate reassemble itself?
Can you see it?
Would they allow a game
No.
device?
If I had any choice in the matter, I would, sir. Smart.
Sally.
Presto.
I've done that to myself at that sort of.
Yeah, see, like that sticker down there says Army, but a lot of what they've been wearing is not even close to Army.
That haircut ain't regulations.
Oh, you are not. Oh, jeepers. Hey, this guy's officially a weirdie.
I had an Ernie plush as a kid, and then I discovered scissors and I gave Ernie a haircut.
Barbies.
I never got into that, like cutting my Barbie's hair.
I was the only one that I did.
I never did that.
Who used a straight razor around children? And there's your sweetie Todd.
You're dead. It's definitely you.
The more I see George getting slit, I can start to see like prosthetic stars.
He was right. It's sad to say that he's scaring me more than the movies are.
I told you they're not scary.
Also, paint guns would not have had ammo that looked like the first thing that got thrown out. It's literally a ball of paint. None of them are in time! None of them. Also, those two are out of step. Yep, we walked out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, then it can't be in the snow.
Sleep.
This is the creepy campground.
Could be a nursery. Part of what's interesting about the story is that phrase checked on the children, and it's one of those like distinct sounds. And that's what makes it so memorable.
Checked on the because of the truck.
Check. I forgot to check on the children.
It's got a distinct sound to it. Let the man pee in peace.
A carnival, that's convenient.
In the middle of the motherfucking woods.
And winter. Gizzy, gizzy.
Nothing scares you. Nothing like a 21-year-old making out with a kid.
You've got to have this body.
Aww. I don't feel sorry for you for that.
You shouldn't feel sorry for him at all.
Honest to God, I think his character arc is one of the best in the entire series.
Who, Whitehurst?
Yeah. There is more character development growth in him than there are in some of these other characters.
No.
Anything about a missing map?
Why the fuck would you pin this kid? This kid wouldn't have a backbone if you gave it to him.
Colonel Sheldon, you better have a look in here, sir.
And maybe you'll be able to explain the language thing to me.
What?
The spelling of Colonel.
Yeah, C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
How does that translate to Colonel?
Smash it.
Fucking hell, you
I don't know, my dad's a lieutenant colonel and I still don't know.
I don't know, like...
Colonel sounds stupid.
Colonel! That's what I said for the longest time. I was like, no, that's not Colonel. And now she's looking it up. A walk of losers? What is it?
Absent without leave?
Oh.
I believe many things.
I believe that Chucky's a dumbass.
I'm tired. I don't want to play that dumb game anymore.
You're right, it's dumb.
Yeah.
What's the night for?
What the fuck do you think?
good soldier is always prepared.
Also, what difference does it make? That's your name.
Was right.
And credit to this kid for not being as dumb as Andy was when he was little. Stabbed him on the first shot.
Stood.
Paint doesn't stop a knife, asshole.
Sure it does.
And now they leave them behind? Suddenly they stop giving a shit?
Let's be free.
I'll blow all of you to pieces.
Including himself? I know he
Yeah.
runs fast, but like...
All right.
That was one of the oldest gun sounds in Those guns are like 50 years older than the rest of the film. Yeah, he's not moving so very far. His arm's terrible. The sound effects did not line up with the landings. If they had established that she had any connection with him before, that might have been an interesting shot.
Correct, but yeah, she just randomly started crying for no reason. So, what
Is
time
that a
is it?
deleted scene?
There's nothing deleted from here that's on it that's ever been released at least, so I have no idea. 2 and
Loud
3
rock
have nothing.
music? Oh, there's the music.
Like, even Andy at 6 was not this, like, ridiculous in explaining things.
What about your friend? What's his name? Charles?
What, the way he ate that gum? Like a
He's still
giraffe?
struggling with it.
Cow?
It's not in his mouth anymore.
Yeah, I know what you're about. Look what I got.
Oh, those jackets are nice. Oh, the sweater!
Oh, that's great.
I was like, oh, look how great that looks.
Okay, look, dead person. At least they had established that she was a shot before that point.
What time is it? Also, where do these people live? This is in the middle of the
In
woods.
there.
A woods. Middle of the woods. The woods. Some woods.
Don't even think about it. Come on.
How big is this
This
thing on the inside?
ride, though, is so ridiculous and huge.
That's it. That's all the space you have for her. That's all the space. That's all the space you have, like, seriously. That's it.
You know, I've been to several carnivals and they've had something. I've never been on one.
They're so terrible.
But also, you
They're
don't have
you'll
this
feel
much
like you're
space.
you feel like you're gonna die because it just jerks you around so much.
Parking.
This is an intense one. They're usually not this detailed.
Why would you think that's comforting? Let me hold on to that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
this
this
is a
does
coaster.
not exist. Flying through crap. Where did the people go? Gone. They're doing so good. He got inside this building and he lost all ability to function. There's no way that would be sharp. No way that would support him.
Stop screaming.
Rocky! That knocked him out. It like tapped his shoulder. Unconscious. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and this industrial fan is absurd.
This is Satan's lair.
Could be a nursery. Yep, good job. You fucked that up.
Eyes open. Hold your breath.
Nice. Wanna lose the other one? Why isn't he biting his neck? That's what his go-to flash
Right?
It's right there. It's right there. Bite his neck. Flip him over. Flip him over. He's mine. Yeah, any other time he would have bitten his neck by now. Look how close he is.
Well, the problem is that if he bites his neck, he's gonna drop him, and then his body is.
He's not fought that clearly up till now. He's made a lot of different dumb decisions. Like, that shot was more effective in terms of the stroke lighting because you didn't have a long period of time
Just there.
to analyze what that looked like. You just got it for an instant, just enough for your brain to be like, I know what this is.
When he dies, it's like the alarm goes off, and it's like.
The saddest siren ever. Party like murder.
I just like. Why was the close-up of the trash guy so important?
Because the movie is trash. Oh. Military commander was originally spelled Coronel, as borrowed from Middle French. By the time the English spellings were standardized in the 18th century, the word retained the R from the French pronunciation, but retained the L from the Italian spelling.
What?
Okay.
So then is it said differently in Italian? Or is it said with an R in Italian? Or did they...
They did it.
16th century.
Thanks, English.
Oh, well, the Italian comes from colonnello, a column of soldiers.
Ah, okay.
Child's Play 3 has ended. What are your thoughts?
That was an adventure. I knew, actor-wise, I knew Justin Whalen from another movie he did before, so I kind of got
He's
excited.
done a lot of things,
So,
yeah.
I recognized him from Perfect Harmony, which is a Disney movie. So I was like, oh, I know that actor's name. I liked I actually understood how he was brought back this time. Like, to me, that it sort of made sense.
Yes, and I also felt it was a little lazy. Now, this is the thing, is that when Don wrote the original script, there were bits and pieces of that original script that didn't make it into the first one, so he like kind of trickled them throughout the rest of the series. Like, it didn't fit in there, so maybe it'll fit in this one, and then this part will fit in this one.
Gotcha.
So like, I don't know if that was my favorite way of him coming back to life, but it worked. I mean, if you can go voodoo as your excuse, like, I mean, I guess we'll use it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to really argue with him. I'm like, okay, let's move on.
Do you know what branch of the military they were? Because nobody else knows, because it isn't. It's random.
I was thinking Army, but apparently that's not correct.
No. How did you feel about Justin's portrayal of Andy?
I liked it. Like I liked that they brought in that essence of PTSD. Like that makes sense. Although I was almost expecting him to kind of be a little bit tougher after what he went through, because he still seemed like he was still a little skittish.
Yes, and I think a lot of it is that he's been passed around, and after a doll that comes to life twice and tries to kill you, you're just super paranoid about the whole thing, and then they shut down the company, and you're kind of like, okay.
I can move on.
Yeah, and then they started reproducing them again, and it's like, please stop. What's good about having a military base is that it doesn't really age the movie very much.
That's true.
Because there's not a whole military bases and schools don't really change all that much. So, which is good because it doesn't it helped with the plot line of everything.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Andy's teenage years and his experiences?
I think like you said, he still has a lot of trauma he's going through, and having to deal with puberty and all this stuff on top of it. It cannot be easy. So I really feel bad for him, because I if I had to go through something like that, and I've had enough issues with my own life, but to add all that, I would not know how he was still as functional as he was.
Yes. How about Tyler?
Oh, Tyler was adorable.
Tyler was slightly adorable and slightly irritating.
Well, yes, he definitely had that annoying,
kid actor vibe.
Little brother, play with me. But it's still at the same time you're like, oh, dude, you've gone through some stuff too, and you're kind of sweet. So
Do you have a favorite line from this movie?
Oh gosh, I guess I did like his takedown of the executive at the beginning. Was kind of cool, because you can see him getting back to his roots when he was human. He actually did the whole strangling rather than stab you in the calf.
Yes.
And he was like, nothing like a good strangling to get the heart pumping again. And I was like, oh, okay. So we see your OG motive.
Let's talk about the most awkward line of this movie, which is Chucky's gonna be a bro.
Yeah.
What I appreciate about this movie is you start to see more of Chucky's personality. You get kind of the back and forth between him and Andy a little bit more, which is nice. You start to see like an actual like relationship type thing develop, but he has more personality with his lines. That's one of the things that I personally enjoy about these movies, is why I, personally would not encourage anybody to go and murder anybody. At least the character has creative ways of doing so.
But yeah, and you get more layers, so you get to learn a little more about him. What he's like, oh, he talks like this. This probably was what he said back when he was still a guy, you know. So some things never change, whether you're transporting to another body, your essence and your soul is still the same.
And how did you feel about the death?
He got killed by a propeller, like a fan. I was like, in a roller coaster, in the middle of a carnival.
Let's talk about this role. Okay, so
I was confused about that.
With theme park experience, obviously this was a carnival, not a theme park, but with ride and attraction experience, that we all have. What was the ride? How did it function?
I was like, they're going through some sort of volcano? Is it like Journey to the Center of the Earth? Like, what is this?
Satan and hell and devils and fans, and it was reminiscent of like Chucky's going back to hell, but also like the ride itself. I was like, where's the track? How is this moving? Who's operating this thing? Where are the sensors? Like, there's a lot of questions I have about the attractions.
Does the 7E stop? Like, what?
Right? Yeah. Where's the emergency stop on this ride?
Or did they have the workers were paying attention? Like, no. You figured they would have more staff, but
this has been the end of Chucky and Andy. There's no more Andy in the next one because we replaced Andy with a lady.
A lady.
A lady.
Girl power.
Yes. Also, she's one of my favorite people ever. And we're going to watch Bride of Chucky next.
Oh boy! Stay tuned.
Oh boy? You don't sound very frightened.
Is that better?
Pitiful.